Hot Shots looks at a movie. Mr. and Mrs. Smith has been getting a lot of buzz for all the wrong reasons because whether it's good enough to watch shouldn't have anything to do with the personal lives of the two stars. And the only gossip connected with the making of this film should be that Nicole Kidman was going to play Mrs. Smith, but she had to withdraw because of a scheduling conflict with another film she was making. Thus, Angelina Jolie was offered the role opposite Brad Pitt, and the rest, as they say, is enough gossip to almost ruin a thoroughly entertaining and enjoyable film, which might remind you of another groundbreaking and successful film. No, I'm not talking about the 1941 Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which was a madcap comedy directed by Alfred Hitchcock and starred Carole, Lombard, and Robert Montgomery. I'm talking about a 1969 Oscar-winning film, also with an eponymous title, that I will get to later. As for this film, it opens with John and Jane Smith seeing a marriage counselor. They're trying to fix their troubled marriage, which immediately becomes apparent when they can't even agree on how long they've known each other and how long they've been married. He says 5 years, but she says 6. Then we see how they met 5 or 6 years ago in Bogota, Colombia, and a boring, troubled marriage is difficult to imagine given the excitement that seems to come their way. No, check that. Excitement doesn't come their way. They both go after it. You see, they are both professional assassins, but they don't know that the other one is also an assassin. Preposterous? You bet, and also thoroughly enjoyable. Vince Vaughn plays John's best friend, and when John suspects that his wife is also an assassin, Eddie puts it into perspective by asking him, how many chicks are hitters out there? You know what I mean? However, you can tell that a marriage is in trouble when both the husband and the wife put their wedding bands back on just before they enter the house. And that movie I said this one reminded me of? Mr. and Mrs. Smith is so much like it in action, humor, and rapport between the actors that it could be called Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Chick. I'm Dan Culberson, and this is Hot Shots.